storms into Saratoga Speedway for the Kennedy Classic. Don't miss all the high-speed action live Saturday, June 13th at 6 p.m. on CHEK and CHEK Plus.
Those wait times are absolutely outrageous.
An Island MLA taking a shot at our healthcare system as wait times for certain procedures spike. A look at the numbers and the increase for patients around the island.
He's just, over the years, he's given so much back.
A beloved island store closes its doors, but it's more than a hit to thrifters. Many organizations are grateful for what it brought to the community. And start your engines. Tonight, a special broadcast here on CHEK. The coast's best drivers battle it out for racing glory. Good evening and thanks for joining us. People on the island facing potentially serious health concerns, timely access to diagnostic imaging can make all the difference. But new data shows people on Vancouver Island who need CT scans and MRIs are often waiting weeks or even months beyond Island Health's 7-day target. Those delays are drawing criticism tonight. Here's Chattis Leo.
For many patients, a CT scan or MRI can be the key to getting a diagnosis and starting treatment. But new data shows people requiring scans on an as soon as possible basis are facing significant wait times across Vancouver Island. The new wait times are forcing one island MLA to speak out.
And those wait times are absolutely outrageous for anybody that's, got a serious diagnosis, and they're on a wait list now for, in some cases, hundreds of days.
ASAP referrals are reserved for patients whose doctors determine they need imaging within 7 days due to a potentially serious medical concern. Island Health's benchmark aim is to have ASAP urgency scans completed within 7 days. None of the hospital's wait times on the island have an average wait time that reflect the benchmark.
It's an extremely concerning trend that is obviously showing that we have a equipment and personnel gap here, especially on Vancouver Island.
For CT scans between May 8th and June 4th, Nanaimo Regional General Hospital had the longest wait time for appointments at 106 days, with Saanich Peninsula close behind at 100 days and the Victoria General Hospital at 91 days. During the same time period, MRIs had a wait time of up to 52 days at the Cowichan District Hospital, with Nanaimo's hospital at 35 days.
I would like to hear from Island Health what their plan is.
CHEK News asked both Island Health and Josie Osborne, BC's health minister, for interviews, both sending statements. The health authority says it's made upgrades including new MRI and CT machines, a mobile CT scanner for the North Island, AI software that has reduced some MRI scan times up to 71%, and additional scanners planned for the new Quitson Valley Hospital. The Ministry of Health says it's monitoring diagnostic imaging wait times while expanding radiology training programs and recruiting additional specialists, including U.S.-trained radiologists, to help meet demand. Despite these actions, Day says the continued long wait times indicate the issue is not being properly addressed.
When you're waiting 424 days in the Minister of Health's own riding in Port Alberni for a routine scan, when the benchmark is 60 days, we've got a problem.
Island Health says patients whose conditions worsen while waiting for a scan should contact their physician, as priority levels can change based on medical need.
2 Royal Canadian Navy warships and a submarine will leave Vancouver Island to head to the waters off Hawaii to join an international maritime exercise this month. The 2 warships, HMCS Ottawa, HMCS Regina, and the submarine, HMCS Corner Brook, will be at the rim of the Pacific exercise. Canada is one of more than 30 countries that's participating in the U.S.-led exercise that includes live fire training, disaster response, and international coordination. Roughly 40 ships, 5 submarines, 140 aircraft, and more than 25,000 personnel from across the 30-plus countries will be participating in this exercise. This year will mark the first time in more than a decade that Canada has sent a submarine to join the exercise. Canada is currently in the process of updating its submarine fleet, with the federal government looking at bids from 2 final suppliers, one from South Korea, the other out of Germany. We are learning more about a vessel rescue this week near Mill Bay. A vessel with 2 dogs on board had gone adrift. Search and rescue teams were called out just before 1 a.m. Thursday. The vessel was spotted and towed back to the Mill Bay Marina. No injuries were reported. The search and rescue team there is run entirely by volunteers. The Alberni Pacific Railway says it's still running this weekend despite a rash of recent vandalism. The electrical cables linking passenger coaches were cut and windows were smashed on the restored rail logging crew speeder. And 2 staff members had their personal vehicles damaged. However, despite the damage, the trains will keep rolling. CHEK News has reached out to the RCMP for more on this incident, but have not heard back yet. It's not the first time the APR has dealt with vandalism. In 2019, 2 boys were charged in connection to vandalism to 2 vintage rail coaches. Tears and thanks are being shared at a store in Nanaimo as its owner prepares to close its doors for good. The little shop has donated an estimated $500,000 to local charities during its run. And as Sky Ryan reports, it's even more surprising considering what it sells.
Hey, Max. Hi. How are you doing today?
In Nanaimo's Harewood neighborhood,
Hi.
that voice and warm welcome is famous.
And look at you now.
Denny, he's a hero too. Saved someone's life, so he's a good guy.
He's just, over the years, he's given so much back.
It belongs to a humble man running a very humble thrift shop whose impact has been seismic here.
I did it with my heart. I didn't need or want the money. It was not about the money here.
It's why many rushed to the store Saturday, having just learned that Denny Bezos is going to close his doors for good after donating the store's profits of over $500,000 over the years to Nanaimo food programs, school sports, and music programs, among many others.
I think I'm somewhere about 500,000 to 600,000.
I was sad.
So you came here as soon as you could?
Yeah, me too.
It's an end of an era. I just love coming in here. You never know what you'll find.
There's not so many places that you can go that you could actually get a good deal, and it's going to a good place, going to the kids.
I'm very emotional. It's been such a joy to be part of this neighborhood.
Now nearly 72 years old, his body is telling him it's time to retire, yet he has been unable to find a buyer for the 7th Street store in this low-income area in tough economic times.
I'm sad that nobody took over, nobody kept the place going.
So this community wonders how they'll live without him.
He's going to be missed. He's going to be missed in the community.
It's tough because I want to be here. It isn't like I don't. It isn't like I'm tired of the neighborhood. I just know that my time in this world is, getting closer to the end.
So Bezos looking forward to spending more time with his wife, and in the fall, run for a spot on Nanaimo City Council. The last day for Denny's Dynamite Deals.
Thank you.
Will be July 30th.
It's back to its old name, but it has a new look. The Manana Lodge opening today with new docks and a renovated restaurant, hoping to boost the local tourism economy for the town of Ladysmith. The lodge originally opened in 1948 and has changed hands several times over the past 60 years and underwent 2 name changes. Now, the new owners, in partnership with the Coast Salish Development, are excited to bring in more dock space with the goal of leaving a lasting impact on the community as a whole.
We have so many boats visiting. They come in, they get here, they enjoy this property, but they also travel into Ladysmith and they visit the businesses, they go to the restaurants, they look at the stores, they buy, and we're just grateful to have that impact and to continue to welcome people back.
There are 90 slips for contract moorage and 48 for transient moorage, including 1,000 feet of linear dock. Along the total 2,000 feet of dock space, boaters can utilize the fuel barge, there's a pump out station, and the 130 by 30 foot welcome float. June is Pride Month, and communities around the world are celebrating members of the 2S LGBTQ+ communities, including here on the island. Sydney hosting its 5th annual Pride Festival, a family-friendly festival bringing people together where everyone is invited to come together, learn, connect, and celebrate. Despite larger Pride events through the year, like Victoria, organizers here think it's important to have small events in their community to show everyone is welcome.
Well, I think it's really nice to have a small family-friendly event in a little town. There's like amazing events all over the island, and Victoria's is huge. And this is just a little bit of a different vibe. We're kind of contained. And it's just been, it's a great celebration, great way for the community to come together and have a happy day.
There are several Pride events happening around the island, and the biggest will be Victoria's Pride Festival, kicking off July 1st, and the parade on July 12th, and will be aired right here on CHEK. It was only a few months ago it looked to be canceled, but thanks to the City of Victoria and local organizers, FernFest is back. Thousands coming out for the free community event today. This year's event will feature more than 140 vendors, 10 live musical acts and performances. In May, the City of Victoria approved sending a new organizer for FernFest a one-time grant of $20,000 from its My Neighborhood grant to save the 28-year-old event. A local company, Arise Developments, also promised to throw in $10,000 behind the event. Additional sponsors and volunteers have since come out in droves to help put on the long-running event.
We realize that having this community connection is so important, especially in a time where there's so much disconnect because of social media and scrolling. We find that this is so necessary for communities to connect. So this specifically is one of those events that we want to work as hard as we can to bring it back.
Last year, it's estimated 17,000 people came out for the two-day event. June also marking Filipino Heritage Month. Many celebrating around the island and in the capital. One of the biggest festivals is underway right now in Victoria, celebrating culture and connection. Here's Eden Chipperfield.
Mabuhay in Tagalog translates to long life or live, and the Filipino community in Victoria is living that sentiment to the fullest. June 12th marks Independence Day in the Philippines, and the festival here today is in celebration of the history, resilience, and culture of the Filipino people. And for the Filipinos living in Greater Victoria, it's honoring the legacy that the community has within Canada.
We have been here since the late 60s, or the first Filipino recorded was in the late 1800s. So it's just us trying to live the legacy and bring it, passing it along to the future generations.
For younger generations, festivals like Mabuhay are a way to connect with culture and feel connected with the community.
Coming from immigrant parents, I just want to give back to the community in any way possible. Even though that I'm not born from the Philippines directly, it's just being in the spirit of Filipino culture and just really being there with everybody else.
Around 50 vendors are present at the festival, many offering a taste of Filipino cuisine and treats.
This is my mom. And she, when we were young, she used to cook all this food for us. And so we, as we grew old, and we learned how to make them, and we thought that we want to share the food to our people here in Canada.
According to the 2021 census, the capital is home to more than 1,800 people who immigrated from the Philippines to Canada. The community wishes to bring connection and history to the Canadians who visit the festival.
It's very nice to know and feel that that somehow our legacy from our mom can be shared to people here in Victoria.
BC has the second largest Filipino population in our country and is one of the fastest growing.
Regardless of the challenges, we're always going to be here to support each other and to support the community, support the Victoria, and support the countries.
Earlier this month, the community celebrated 25 years of the Philippine Bayahinan Community Center in Victoria. It's a testament of the vibrant culture and community within the city.
Our culture is very welcoming to others. No matter where you come from, you are always welcome to come and learn and be a part of who we are.
The Mabuhay Festival continues tomorrow, Centennial Square at 10 a.m., with lots to share, eat, and learn for all to enjoy.
Riders for Cops for Cancer Tour de Rock making their way onto Salt Spring Island today as part of a training ride. Our very own digital news editor Liz Brown, one of this year's riders. This is only the second time the North and South Island riders have trained together as they are preparing for the 1,200-kilometer ride starting in September in Port Alice to raise money for cancer research and support organizations like Camp Good Times, a special camp for children with specific medical needs. Since Tour de Rock kicked off in 1997, it has raised more than $30 million for pediatric cancer research. Time now to bring in Tess Van Stratton, and we'll get to the beautiful day and the hot temperatures out there. Just a little disclaimer out there. You might wince a little bit through this broadcast. Yes. We don't have to get into details, but I know you're a little banged up this evening.
If I fall down, don't be alarmed. No.
We'll do our best to keep you upright.
Yes, you know you're getting old, Scott, when you injure yourself sleeping. So I woke up this morning and couldn't walk. I don't know what's wrong with my right hip, but standing is not ideal. Walking's not ideal. It's a perfect day to sit out on a patio in the sun, though. So I will be doing that as soon as I go home to rest up and ice. When the ice actually will help cool things off, because we saw those warm temperatures as expected today. Again, warm temperatures in store for tomorrow. Tomorrow probably will be the warmer day of the weekend, but many areas in the high 20s, above 30 degrees Celsius today as expected. And also that big temperature range we often see this time of year with summer temperatures 7 to 10 degrees difference in Greater Victoria alone. So that's all the different microclimates we have. We'll see that again tomorrow. So here's our temperature map, and you can see what we're expecting for tomorrow. So that was today. Some areas getting up to that red, so in that 25 to 30 plus degree range. But tomorrow, most areas will be at that high 20s into the 30s. And with the humidex, it'll feel a bit warmer. So even a 27 degree actual temperature will feel more like about 32 for some parts of the East Island for tomorrow. So keep that in mind as well. Another hot day ahead, but Monday we will see a change for most areas. So Monday won't be as hot, and then many areas will see things cool off after that. So back to seasonal temperatures, a little bit of a summer sizzle for the weekend, and then we'll get back to more seasonal temperatures for this time of year in the low 20s for most areas, but the UV is 8 or very high, so keep that in mind. Some very hot conditions as well as high UV, which can lead to burns, of course, as well as lots of other adverse effects. So please take precautions if you're heading outside, and please be careful with your pets as well. They can't sweat like we can, so the only way they cool off is panting or the paws of their feet. So make sure they have water and they're in a cool spot as well. Now, today's weather photos are these shots from Carolyn Bradfield of what she called a bucket list sunset view for passengers on the Gabriola Island ferry last September. Talk about a memorable trip. It was too tranquil and beautiful not to share. And we're having a hoot with our Saturday viewer wildlife photos. Kyle McNichol captured this curious owl perched on a bird feeder in Cadborough Bay in Saanich. And check out these baby great horned owls. Brian Rendell of Souk says he was photographing the owl at the back when its sibling flew in to steal the show. Now, if looks could kill, owl number 1 was definitely not impressed with its sibling coming in to steal its moment of fame there.
Great shot.
Yeah, absolutely great. So you can send your weather photos as well as wildlife and pet photos to photos@cheknews.ca. Just remember to include your name and where it was taken. We'll have a very Vancouver Island smile of the day coming up as well, Scott. And I have to say it's unbearably cute.
Okay. In the meantime, we have to get you to some sort of soft landing area and a protected bubble over there, and then we'll bring you back for the main forecast. We'll figure out a way to move you back and forth, Tess. Stand by. It's a first in nearly a decade. Our PM is in Ireland. What he's saying about trade and investment between the two countries. More on that when we come back.
Are you struggling to read? Do faces look blurry? These could be early signs of macular degeneration. Island Eye Care is your solution for preserving your vision. Our specialized Macumira treatment is a safe, non-invasive therapy for macular degeneration. It's designed to support your eye's natural function and protect the vision you have, and possibly even improve how clearly you see. Macumira's clinically proven treatment is Health Canada approved. Regain your ocular health and wellness. Call Island Eye Care today.
I'm Rob Garrow. Now it's time for your Victoria Foundation Community Check-In.
Enjoy wings from local restaurants and craft beverages, plus live entertainment all under one roof in support of the Victoria Firefighters Association's chosen charities. Mid-Island Elder College is your learning community, offering low-cost general interest courses for seniors in the Oceanside area. To learn more, visit eldercollege.org. Calling all 1976 Mount Doug graduates, it's time to celebrate 50 years. Join your fellow classmates at the University Club on June 27th. Tee up for a day of friendly competition and community at Balls for a Cause in support of the Island Prostate Centre and BC Cancer. Registration closes June 30th. Join the Victoria Foundation in celebrating 90 years of community impact and the future ahead with special guest, author, and motivational speaker Ben Nempton.
The Victoria Foundation Community Check-In, collaborating to uplift community for over 90 years.
At Jenner, it's our promise to give your family the best deal from the best people on a new Chevrolet Bolt or Equinox EV. Our 45th anniversary continues to go green at Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC, still on the old on highway.
Things feel hard right now. That's why we're introducing the new Van City.
You get the next one.
To build a brighter future. For you and for everyone. So join us.
We're the Upside guys, and we love this place.
U.S. President Donald Trump says that a deal with Iran is set to be signed tomorrow. He posted on Truth Social just before leaving the White House to head to his golf course in Virginia. Trump saying the Strait of Hormuz would be immediately open to all afterwards. Trump also saying that at the appropriate time, U.S. forces would seize Iran's stockpile of highly enriched uranium. But Iran is disputing Trump's timeline, saying a deal won't be signed tomorrow, but could be signed in the coming days. Mark Carney is on a two-day trip to Ireland. It is the first official visit there by a Canadian Prime Minister in nearly a decade. It's aimed at deepening ties between the two countries and drumming up business investment. During a speech today, Carney emphasizing the long relationship between our country and Ireland.
Nearly every trip the Prime Minister takes has the stated goal of expanding trade and strengthening ties, and that is certainly the case here in Ireland, where Prime Minister Mark Carney met with the Irish Taoiseach Micheál Martin to highlight their country's shared history and discuss the potential for future economic cooperation.
We fully support your priorities for your presidency. First, increasing competitiveness, simplifying processes, deepening investment, diversifying trade, focus on strategic sectors, and resilience.
Carney also uses these trips to expand on his views of a shifting global landscape. In Dublin, he built on the themes of his Davos speech and made the argument that the fraying global order has left artificial intelligence effectively unregulated and the world at risk.
One of the other issues which is becoming more apparent is issues in terms of systemic risk to, for example, cyber or hacking, the ability to hack systems, whether they're in the financial sector, whether they would be other systemic infrastructure, utilities, and other aspects. The ability to share the defenses, or the importance of sharing the defensive, having common standards, not releasing models that have that power before others are ready, that is an imperative. That is something I'm certain we will be discussing at the G7.
This is also a homecoming of sorts for Carney, whose ancestors hail from Ireland. And on that note, a gala at Dublin Castle to celebrate the Canadian Prime Minister with the Irish last name.
Your grandparents left Ireland seeking opportunity. Tonight, Ireland welcomes their grandson home.
Carney wraps up the Irish leg of this trip with a visit to County Mayo tomorrow. His Irish grandparents were born there and emigrated to Canada in 1925. A century later, their grandson returns as the Prime Minister of the country that became their new home.
5 children killed and several others injured in a 2-vehicle collision in rural Ontario.
I can confirm that the victims are all related. 4 girls and 1 boy, ranging in age from 4 to 12 years old. This is an unimaginable loss.
The OPP saying the crash happened around 7:30 in the evening on Friday in Mapleton Township. A total of 11 people were involved in the collision, 10 people in a passenger van and 1 person in a sport utility vehicle. They collided at an intersection. People were taken to many different hospitals because of the chaotic nature of the collision. Police say they're not releasing further details as the investigation is ongoing. In Montreal, 2 city police officers have been suspended and 14 others either reassigned or relocated over alleged racist and hateful behavior. Police officials held a news conference last night to announce the ongoing investigation, and the city's mayor is calling for calm.
We learned in a news conference late last night that police officers from a station in Montreal North are under investigation for racist and hateful acts. The city's police chief told reporters that 16 officers in total allegedly committed the acts against Black and Arab people during police stops. Now, according to a Radio-Canada source, some officers allegedly collected pieces of locks, sometimes called dreadlocks, that had been cut from citizens during police interventions. Tickets were also allegedly issued to people solely because of their ethnic background. We heard most of the officers involved are young men relatively new to the force with less than 5 years of service. The city's police chief condemned these allegations. He says there is no tolerance for this type of behavior, saying these officers have tarnished the force's uniform. Here's what he told reporters at the late night news conference.
I was extremely surprised. I didn't think it was possible in 2026. This is how deeply hurt I am. I didn't expect this. I didn't see it coming at all. But now we have it. Now, let's face it.
The chief went on to say that an internal investigation was launched 2 months ago after colleagues working at that station reported the behavior. We now know 2 of the police officers are suspended. 3 have been reassigned, and the rest of the unit was relocated elsewhere in Montreal to prevent contact with citizens in Montreal North. 2 of the cases were submitted to the province to see if criminal charges should be laid. We also heard reaction from Montreal's Mayor, Soraya Martinez-Ferrada, who held a news conference this morning and says the allegations that emerged are extremely troubling. She says any form of racism, discrimination, or racial profiling is unacceptable and has no place in the city of Montreal. The mayor is urging citizens to remain calm at this point, allow for the investigation to proceed, going on to say that Montrealers deserve to know the truth, what happened here, and all of the facts surrounding these allegations. The mayor also went ahead and spoke directly to the residents of Montreal North, a borough that has had historically strained and difficult relationships with law enforcement, and says she hears their frustration, she hears their anger here. Here's what she told reporters this morning.
I understand the anger. I understand the frustration. And I just wanted to be very clear. I know, because I am one of you. My partner is one of you. I get it. And we have to do better. We have to work together. But being angry and being frustrated on the street will not resolve this issue. But I want to give them my assurance that I will ask all the tough questions.
The mayor also addressed the issue of body cams for police officers, something she has advocated for, and says these allegations, deeply troubling to her, accelerate the need, and she has directed police to implement them quicker.
The federal government has unveiled a multi-billion-dollar plan to bring down high food prices. Part of its aim is to break the hold grocery giants have on what we buy and how much it costs.
At grocery stores across the country, a familiar story. Sky-high prices making it harder for Canadians to fill their carts and their cars.
It's on my mind. It's on everyone's mind, yeah.
Are you spending more at the grocery store? Oh, double.
You just got to really pick and choose what you buy, and a lot of things you just overlook.
Ottawa announcing more than $3 billion in spending to address those concerns.
The country's sovereignty depends on its ability to feed, to fuel, and to fend itself. Right now, we're not fully in control of our food system. It's an over-reliance that's left us vulnerable to global shocks, to conflicts, droughts, tariffs. This strategy is about changing that.
The National Food Security Strategy focuses on 4 pillars: increasing competition by making it easier for independent grocers to compete, boosting the amount of Canadian food that's processed where it's grown, investing to expand the amount of food grown year-round in this country, and cutting red tape to make it easier to get more food on Canadian shelves. needed changes to a food system under pressure, according to some industry watchers, but perhaps not enough.
I'm worried that the sorts of solutions that we're talking about here are medium-term to long-term fixes. They're not going to address the root causes of food insecurity, which is linked with low wages, high costs, and frankly, very expensive rent.
Today's plan comes a week after millions of lower-income Canadians began receiving extra cash to help with essentials. But for many Canadians, worries about food prices linger.
Everybody's got to eat, so I'll just cut back and everything else.
We can afford to live, but if I had a family, I don't think I'd be able to manage.
But it's causing a lot of stress.
Concerns that are likely to keep rolling along as inflation remains high.
AI creeping into our lives more and more. Now companies are using chatbots more often for assistance and helplines and customer service. But what happens when it goes wrong? One Canadian story when we come back.
This break is powered by Kia Victoria, proud sponsor of the CHEK Community Cruiser. Local, family-run and owned Kia Victoria.
Hi, my name is Andre Marty, and 10 years ago, Help for the Dream gave me my childhood back. For 40 years, they've been changing families' lives on Vancouver Island. With your support, they can keep making the impossible possible. Never underestimate the power of dreams and your role in filling them.
Every child on Vancouver Island deserves the chance to live their dream.
What a hit! A home run!
With your support, the Canadian Tire Jumpstart program builds more than a game. We build a community. When local kids can play, we all win.
Clean, like real clean. No dirt to be seen clean. It feels good. Enter D&D Clean Exteriors, the masters of the outdoor clean. From your roof to your gutters, your siding to your driveway, we get that deep down, real good, feel good, welcome home kind of clean. Because at D&D, we treat your home like it's our own. D&D Clean Exteriors, fully licensed, insured, and 100% green. Get your free estimate today.
On the go? Fuel your next adventure with Refire Kitchen. Delicious comfort food made with quality, local ingredients. Fresh or frozen fully prepared meals you simply heat and eat. Refire Kitchen Victoria, now available at the Old Farm Market.
This Father's Day, Point Hope Maritime is hosting a free open house and Ralmax Group job fair. Head to the Empress Dock or Selkirk Dock to catch a free harbor ferry to and from the event and experience the perfect Father's Day outing. Shipyard tours, local artists, live entertainment, fun for the whole family. 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come see us.
Organica All-Day Protein Hydrator supports muscle recovery and replenishes electrolytes for hydration. It helps balance blood sugar and supports gut health with pre- and probiotics for everyday strength and wellness. Available at Lifestyle Markets, dedicated to wellness in our community.
The Northwest Super Late Model Series storms into Saratoga Speedway for the Kennedy Classic. Don't miss all the high-speed action live Saturday, June 13th at 6 p.m. on CHEK and CHEK Plus.
This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Real Rug Washing by Loverrug.com. Fall in love with your rugs all over again.
More and more Canadian companies are using AI chatbots to save money for customer service, but the technology isn't perfect. So what happens when the bot gets it wrong? Sophia Harris has the story of one customer who was misled by AI and what happened afterward.
After Zach Giacomelli's BMW required major repairs, he decided last month to sell it back to the BMW dealership where he bought the used car 3 years ago. At first, the process seemed easy.
Hi, Zachary. This is Quinn from BMW Toronto.
Quinn, who appeared to be a dealership rep, reached out by text and offered to buy back his BMW for $27,000, just enough to cover what Giacomelli still owed on the car.
I will come out at zero. I'm like, this is happening. I was so glad.
But that good feeling didn't last, because shortly after, the dealership revoked the offer, telling Giacomelli Quinn was an AI chatbot, and the offer it made was a mistake.
I was shocked. I was astounded. Like, my jaw was on the floor.
Giacomelli says the dealership then offered him, for real this time, around $20,000 for the car, about $7,000 less than Quinn's original offer.
I was devastated. If they're going to be replacing their employees' jobs with AI, then they need to be honoring what that AI says.
Canadian law has already established that companies can be held responsible for wayward bots. In 2024, a BC Civil Resolution Tribunal ordered Air Canada to compensate a passenger who got bad advice from the airline's chatbot and wound up overpaying for a plane ticket.
Just like an employee may do something wrong and the company's held responsible, a bot is just like an employee.
This litigation lawyer says, in Giacomelli's case, even though Quinn's initial offer was revoked before he accepted it, he could still argue he had an agreement because Quinn, the AI chatbot, had, by text, set up a meeting to lock in the deal.
That could be interpreted as a binding contract.
After CBC News reached out to the dealership, it reinstated Quinn's offer. Giacomelli immediately accepted. The dealership says it's now reworking its AI tools.
A beautiful shot of Victoria's inner harbor. Look at that, no boats. Everybody out on the water enjoying this stunning day. Tess Van Straten will join us shortly to talk more about what we can expect for the next couple of hours and into tomorrow for the rest of the weekend. Much more still ahead when we come back.
I'm Tess Van Straten, and your sizzling island forecast is coming up. But first, here's a look at weather around the world. A hazy 20 in Johannesburg, South Africa, 32 with thunderstorms in Indonesia's largest city, and 11 with downpours in Jackson's, New Zealand.
Weather around the world is brought to you by ComSense Cabinets. Designed for your space, built for your life.
The Kennedy Classic comes to Saratoga Speedway June 12th to the 13th. $100,000 of prize money is on the line as Northwest Super Late Model Series makes its first appearance in Canada. Tickets available now at SaratogaRacing.ca. Saratoga Speedway, Vancouver Island's home of speed.
From pop music legend Cyndi Lauper, the Tony and Grammy-winning feel-good best musical about seizing your destiny and being who you want to be. Kinky Boots, playing the Royal Theatre July 7 through 12. On sale at rmts.bc.ca.
Can a roof last your entire lifetime? This is an interlock metal roof. Beautiful, ultra-weather protective, energy-efficient, eco-friendly, and highly durable. With our interlocking design, eliminate damage and leaks with our aluminum roofing in styles like slate, cedar shingle, CHEK, and even Mediterranean tile. Hundreds of thousands of homeowners across North America choose us so they can stay worry-free and focus on the things that really matter. Choose interlock metal roofing and never re-roof again.
This summer, own the adventure with Alliance RV and Traveland RV. For a limited time, get up to $3,400 in rebates on new in-stock Alliance RVs. Create your affordable, reusable vacation and make memories that last a lifetime without the hassle of airports or hotel bookings. And with our Camp Now, Pay Later options, getting into your dream RV has never been easier. Visit Traveland RV today and own the summer with Alliance RV. Adventure is waiting.
Get that big deal feeling this Prime Day, June 23rd through the 26th.
Make gardening and composting simpler and easier with Community Composting. They provide you with a yard container, you drop in organic waste, they empty the container, and every 4 weeks you receive a bag of composted soil. Simple, easy. Sign up today, communitycomposting.ca.
Experience BC's best whale watching with Prince of Wales. Explore the wonders of the natural world with family and friends in Victoria, Vancouver, and Telegraph Cove. Book now at princeofwales.com.
Stunning stretch of weather. The water's been nice, so lots of people getting out there and enjoying it. So it's a perfect time to get to Breaching News.
Breaching News is presented by Prince of Wales, Whale and Marine Wildlife Adventures.
Here are 3 members of the T124 lineage: Sabio, Strix, and Sabine. The youngest, Sabine, can still be seen surfacing higher than the others, which is a behavior often observed in young whales as they learn to coordinate their breathing. Recently, this group of 3 has separated from their larger family unit. This is common among female orcas as they mature, especially once they have 1 or 2 calves, by traveling in smaller groups. It's hilarious that this one hits the way it rolls and just quite hasn't figured out how to fully dive properly there.
So
That's
fun.
amazing. This is a way that they improve their ability to find enough food each day. Neptune and Chinook were in a playful mood this week, breaching, tail slapping, and socializing. Chinook was first sighted back in 2017. Neptune made a debut in Washington waters a year later. This young duo is known to vacation in Hawaii during the winter, as you do, and Neptune was spotted off the coast of Maui in late February. And of course, it wouldn't be Breaching News without a breach. Humpback whales sure seem happy to be back in the Salish Sea, their numbers growing by the day after returning from their massive migration. These giants spend the summer feeding and regaining weight lost over the winter. Once they've recharged, well, you see the action begins, Tess, and it's been a very active time in our waters. It's great to see so much marine life, whether it's the otters, the seals, the sea lions, the orcas, porpoises. It does seem to be like a little bit of a resurgence here happening, which is nice to see.
Yes, yeah, and the humpback comeback is just amazing.
Huge story.
Yeah, they were almost hunted to extinction. So lovely to see their numbers really gaining and seeing them in our waters so frequently now is amazing.
It is amazing. Speaking of...
amazing. Guess what?
That's the segue. That's the segue I was looking for. How are you feeling? Are you okay?
Guess what? I'm still standing.
Okay.
And we didn't have any snow this week, Scott. I know last weekend you were asking about snow.
Well, you were showing temperatures like in the single digits. And there were a couple of mornings.
An overnight low of 8 or 9 degrees.
There were a couple of mornings, depending on where you were on the island. It was cold.
Well, we have some pretty warm overnight lows. So 14 for many areas tonight. Some areas will actually be 17 over the next couple days overnight. So that's warmer than daytime highs for some parts of the island this time of year. So we have warmer overnight conditions, but still cooling off. So that's the good news. If you open your windows in the evening to let that cooler air in, especially after the sun goes down, and then close the windows again in the morning when things start to heat up again, that'll help keep your home cool if you don't have air conditioning. It makes a really big difference, as does closing those blinds as well, especially if you face south or west and you're getting a lot of sun throughout the day. So here's our futurecast. Now, this is not the strongest ridge of high pressure. We do have all of this happening behind me here. So we've got some convection, we've got some precipitation moving through, impacting Haida Gwaii, the BC north coast. You can see that cloud cover starting to move in, impacting the island as well. So impacting parts of the North Island. You might start the day off mainly sunny tomorrow, and then you'll shift into more cloud cover in the afternoon. But one more day of above seasonal temperatures. Many areas still will be above seasonal Monday as well, but not quite as hot as what we've seen this weekend. And then we're looking at things back to where they should be, sort of in that 20 to 22 degree range for the most part. Here's a look at the North Island picture for tonight. So just a few clouds for tonight, double-digit overnight lows. And then northwest winds 20 kilometers an hour tonight, but up to 40 kilometers an hour tomorrow, particularly in the afternoon. Highs around that 21 degree, 22 degree mark. Some inland areas will be a bit warmer than this. So a nice day ahead for you tomorrow, particularly in the morning. That'll be the sunnier part of the day. Moving down to the west coast, we're still looking at those above seasonal temperatures for coastal areas. So Tofino's normally 16 or 17 degrees as a daytime high this time of year. You're looking at highs around 26 degrees. That's areas by the water. It's going to feel closer to about 29 degrees tomorrow for those coastal areas. Inland areas like Port Alberni, Gold River, Lake Cowichan, an actual temperature of 33 degrees. So hot conditions. The summer sizzle is on tomorrow, especially for those inland areas. Mainly sunny conditions right across the board as well. And those are pretty seasonal overnight lows, those 9, 10, 11 degree temperatures. Warmer overnight lows for the East Island Island. So 14 for Parksville Qualicum up to Campbell River, 13 for Nanaimo down to the Cowichan Valley, Powell River around 12 degrees, just a few clouds tonight. So beautiful conditions tonight, an absolutely gorgeous evening. A little bit of wind by the Strait in particular, but we're not expecting high winds. And then tomorrow back into that sunshine. So Nanaimo down to the Cowichan Valley, actual temperatures around 31 degrees. For Parksville up to Campbell River, we're looking at the actual temperature around 27 degrees. It's going to feel closer to 32 degrees when we factor in some humidity, and then 30 degrees as an actual temperature for inland areas from Parksville Qualicum up to Campbell River. So we definitely see those differences in all of those microclimates throughout the island. Now for the South Island, we can also expect beautiful conditions tonight. Just a few clouds for us tonight. A little bit of wind kicking up by 1 to Fuca Strait. Otherwise light winds right across the board. And then tomorrow highs around 27 degrees for most of Greater Victoria, but we do have that difference. So some areas by the water, those cooler areas by the water like James Bay, Fairfield, you're looking at probably 21 as your actual temperature instead of that 27. And then some inland areas, parts of Saanich that tend to be the hot spots. We saw that today. Strawberry Vale was around 29 degrees today. Expect to be warmer than that 27 degrees. Camosun, interurban, areas like that, Gordon Head, expect to be a bit warmer than that 27 degrees, although that 27 will feel more like 30. Not quite as warm for Port Renfrew and Souk or Salt Spring, but a beautiful day ahead with lots of sunshine in store. Zooming out across the province, lots of sunshine. So that high pressure really impacting southern BC, central parts of the province as well. Warm for Williams Lake. We saw Lytton around that 30-degree plus mark again today. Whistler above 30 for tomorrow in the forecast. Vancouver by the water, 24 degrees, but inland areas closer to 31. Fraser Valley also 31 degrees. And into the Okanagan, we're looking at those hot temperatures above the 30-degree mark. As we zoom out across the country, we're looking at mainly cloudy conditions for Prince Rupert, some sunshine for Fort St. John, risk of thunderstorms through parts of northern Alberta and into parts of Saskatchewan as well. Sunny conditions for Calgary, but showers through Thunder Bay, and then thunderstorms rolling through. So this evening, there's a severe thunderstorm watch for parts of Ontario. We're looking at more thunderstorms in store for tomorrow for much of Ontario and Quebec. Atlantic Canada, we're seeing most areas warm up except for St. John's. Only 10 degrees is the high there with mainly sunny conditions. All right, here's a look at the North Island forecast. So increasing cloud cover tomorrow afternoon in particular, and then cloudy and cooler for Monday, highs around 17 degrees, which is actually seasonal for this time of year for the North Island. Small chance of showers for Tuesday, then lots of sunshine, but mid-teen temperatures Wednesday, a mix of sun and cloud Thursday and Friday. For the Central Island, another hot day ahead for tomorrow, so that temperature range probably 27 to about 35 degrees depending where you are for tomorrow, and then lots of sunshine ahead as well with that. But we are expecting cloudier conditions on Monday. I know it says sunny, but mainly cloudy conditions for Monday. Still warm though. Temperatures particularly inland up to 28 degrees, and then partly sunny conditions Tuesday. Cools off a little bit. Lots of sunshine Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Closer to seasonal with highs around 22, 23. But did you see that 17 overnight there? And here's a look at the South Island picture. So after that sunny day tomorrow with a temperature range from 20 to about 30 degrees depending where you are in Greater Victoria. Mix of sun and cloud on Monday, 21 for those colder areas by the water, 25 for other areas, and then lots of sunshine Tuesday, more seasonal temperatures Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with a mix of sun and cloud. So another dry stretch. It's looking like we could go 2 weeks at least without any precipitation in sight, unfortunately, in terms of the fire danger and our drought concerns. All right, here's a look at today's country grocer celebrations. Happy 90th birthday to Greta Sato of Victoria. Diane Oliphant of Comox is celebrating 91st birthday today. Best wishes to Dr. Robert Langford of Victoria on his 92nd birthday. 92nd birthday greetings go out to Oliver Luther of Nanaimo. All the best to Betty Ann Clark of Victoria as she marks her 94th birthday. Sam Kitchen of Victoria celebrating a 95th birthday today. A very happy 100th birthday to Gertrude McClellan of Courtney as she celebrates a century. And congratulations to Jack and Sharon Stark of Victoria as they celebrate their 67th anniversary today. I hope you all had a wonderful day, and now it's time for your Smile of the Day.
Smile of the Day, brought to you by Dr. Ross Crapo and Associates.
If we haven't met you yet, we're just a phone call away. If we can help, we'd like to.
How cute is this? So a CHEK viewer sent in this video of a mama bear and her 2 cubs in Souk. So they were behind the viewer's home, and it looks like they were doing some tree training. Mama carefully watching as the cubs were coming down. Hey, get down here. Too high. You're going too high.
Beautiful shot. Look at all the flowers.
Yeah, beautiful with the flowers there, and they're climbing up that Douglas fir. That one cub is pretty high up. It looks like it's hanging on, going, Mom, what do I do now?
Yeah, now what happens?
Yeah, well, call the fire department, I
Do
guess.
we know what happens?
No, I'm sure they got down, obviously.
Well, I don't
think they're still up the tree.
I'm just curious if we know the conclusion and what happened. If Mom had to catch baby.
Yeah, so the fire department came, they put a ladder up, they took the bear cubs, they bounced them off a trampoline.
Now you're just making it up.
I'm just making it up.
Perhaps we can get an update. Maybe we'll find out.
Yes.
Maybe there's more of a story
We
there.
will find out.
All right, hang in there, Tess. Thanks so much. Well, still ahead, start your engines. A special race night right here on CHEK. Those details still ahead.
Hi, my name is Andre Marty, and 10 years ago, Help for the Dream gave me my childhood back. For 40 years, they've been changing families' lives on Vancouver Island. With your support, they can keep making the impossible possible. Never underestimate the power of dreams and your role in filling them.
Awaken your senses in a floral paradise at the Butch Art Gardens. Immerse yourself in the sights and sounds and enjoy afternoon tea. Then walk into a magical wonderland at dusk with the garden's night illuminations. Experience the beauty of the Butch Art Gardens.
Thanks to Tena Ultimate Underwear, urine leakage won't boss my life. It has triple protection against leaks, odor, and moisture, plus 100% breathability for my skin. Try Tena Ultimate. Comfort that keeps going. Like you, I will be me.
Relax. Duradex got you covered.
Canada are pressing. That's a quality ball. Now into the box.
Yeah, that's just the way you make me. It's like I'm powerful. That's just the way you make me feel.
Are you dressed like Dr. Evil?
Hello, Mr. Campbell. I've invented a laser to lower prices. Allow me to demonstrate.
Sorry, ma'am. The Old Farm Market. Great produce at the lowest prices.
Travel is more than seeing new places. It's about allowing these places to change you. No matter where you travel, every journey expands our worldview and our place in it.
Health Explored. Saturdays at 8 on CHEK.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Island Eye Care, Victoria's dry eye treatment center. Do your eyes itch, water, or burn? Discover the long-term relief you deserve. Say goodbye to dry eye.
The Esso fuel station is the only one left in the Victoria Harbour. It services fishing boats that dock at Fisherman's Wharf as well as recreational boats. Michael Barry has invested $200,000 in his fuel barge, a business he's been running for the last 5 years. But he has to move from his spot by September. The Navy owns the waterfront and wants to build a dock. The Coast Guard, which manages the harbour, says the barge will have to move 100 feet west. Barry says the harbour and air traffic make that location too dangerous for a fuel station. It would also require expensive dredging. The Coast Guard and Esso agreed on the new location more than a year ago. Since then, Esso has been studying how much the move would cost. Mike Barry fears the company won't want to pay for the move. He says Esso has mentioned relocating his barge to New Westminster.
Well, we're frustrated because no one returns calls, either City Hall or Ottawa. No one will answer your letters on the subject. They just keep ignoring you. We're just another step in killing the harbour off. It's slowly dying.
The number of fishing boats docked at Fisherman's Wharf has gradually declined over the years. Arnie Sundstrom has docked his boat here for 16 years.
There's usually a lot more boats than this tied up here, and it seems like we're sort of getting pushed a little bit farther out all the time. There's no facilities left for the fishermen.
Fishermen feel they're being forced out of Victoria. They say they provide jobs and bring hundreds of thousands of dollars into the community. They fear much of that would be gone without a fuel station. The Coast Guard expects to hear from Esso any day now on the future of the fuel barge.
Island Rewind is brought to you by Arbutus RV. Whatever your adventure, 6 island locations to serve you.
Tonight on CHEK, the coast's best drivers battle it out for racing glory at the inaugural Kennedy Classic, live from Saratoga Speedway. Then at 8, it's Health Explored, followed by the Entrepreneurs. Then get your laughs in starting at 9 with Comedy in 5 and the Snowed In Comedy Tour.
Being a third-generation business, it's important to partner with other local businesses because you're more powerful together than you are alone. And I think that's the whole concept of thinking local first, is everyone's together in it.
Yeah, that's just the way you make me. Feels like I'm powerful and that's just the way you make me feel.
Promise Valley Farm offers a little taste of farm life. Meet the cows, explore the farm store, and pour milk straight from the dispenser. Slow down for a moment and experience milk the way it should taste. Fresh from Promise Valley Farm.
What can custom weather protection do for you? What do you want? Custom weather protection by Pacific Awnings.
Do you know what? They're just so caring and affectionate. They're like family. They're all like family. For me, that's what I find here. I became strong because of that love and support here. My days are happy.
The Northwest Super Late Model Series storms into Saratoga Speedway for the Kennedy Classic. Don't miss all the high-speed action live Saturday, June 13th at 6 p.m. on CHEK and CHEK Plus.
This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Real Rug Washing by LoverRug.com. Fall in love with your rugs all over again.
Here we go. We're just minutes away from our live coverage of the inaugural Kennedy Classic. Tonight from Saratoga Speedway, the event will feature the Northwest Super Late Model Series, which is making its debut in our country as drivers battle it out for $10,000 US. The 150 lap race will be featured drivers from across BC, Washington, and Oregon, and the racers are ready.
What a great facility and great people, and I'm just stoked. I'm really looking forward to it. As you know, we've been ARCA racing for most of the year. That takes precedence, but it's nice to just let your hair down a little bit and go with the flow and come here to Saratoga.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing my fellow super late model competitors come see the tricky triangle on the island. I know a few of them are coming from the Washington State area and possibly Idaho, and I can't wait for first practice. I'm just going to sit and watch. It's going to be a great time.
How fun is that? What a night for it. We'll take a look at a shot from Saratoga there tonight as they gear up for the race, and you'll be live here in just a few moments coming up at 6 o'clock. Have a great night.